Good morning, good afternoon, football fans, and happy Thanksgiving. Big Al here on this Thursday, November 28th, 2024, and welcome to my Week 13 NFL picks, both straight up and against the spread. Plus, we'll also take a look at the injury reports for the 3 Thanksgiving Day games coming up here, starting in about a half hour with the Bears and Lions, and we'll also look at the Black Friday game between the Raiders and Chiefs. But first, before we get into all of that, we're going to take a look at the latest college football playoff rankings entering the final week of the regular season in college football. And we have one team that dropped from the rankings, and that's Army, who were at number 19. But here is the top 25 from the college football playoff entering week 14. Colorado from the Big 12 is down 9 spots to number 25 at 8-3. Entering the college football playoff at number 24 is another Big 12 team, the Kansas State Wildcats at 8-3. The Big 10's Illinois Fighting Illini is up 2 spots to number 23. They're also 8-3. UNLV, representing the Mountain West, is at number 22, up a couple spots. They're 9-2. The Missouri Tigers, out of the SEC, is at 8-3, and they're up 2 spots to number 21. The Texas A&M Aggies fell 5 spots to number 20. They represent the SEC with an 8-3 record. Down 5 spots to number 19 are the BYU Cougars of the Big 12 at 9-2. Up 4 spots to number 18, you've got Iowa State from the Big 12 at 9-2. Up 3 spots to number 17 out of the American Athletic Conference, the Tulane Green Wave at 9-2. The Arizona State Sun Devils from the Big 12 is up 5 spots to number 16. Then you have 3 SEC schools in a row, with the South Carolina Gamecocks up 3 to number 15. The Ole Miss Running Rebels down 5 spots to number 14. And the Alabama Crimson Tide down 6 spots to number 13. All 3 teams sit with 8-3 records. The ACC's Clemson Tigers are up 5 spots to number 12 at 9-2. Boise State, the Broncos of the Mountain West Conference, is up a spot to number 11, and they have a projected first round bye. Again, it's not set in stone, they're just projected. That's what those stars mean on the ESPN.com website. In the top 10, you got the Indiana Hoosiers from the Big 10, falling 5 spots to number 10 with a 10-1 record. Wow, that's a lot of 10s, right? Out of the ACC, the SMU Mustangs are up 4 spots to number 9 with a 10-1 record. From the SEC, the Tennessee Volunteers are up 3 spots to number 8. Also from the SEC, moving up 3 spots to number 7 are the Georgia Bulldogs. Up 2 spots to number 6, and possibly with a designated first round bye, are the Miami Hurricanes out of the ACC at 10-1. FBS Independence, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, move up 1 spot to number 5 at 10-1. Number 4, and staying in the same spot, and that's the case for the top 4, you've got the Penn State Nittany Lions from the Big 10 at 10-1. The SEC's Texas Longhorns, another projected first round bye, they stay at number 3 with a record of 10-1. The Ohio State Buckeyes out of the Big 10 is at number 2 at 10-1. And the Oregon Ducks, also from the Big 10 with the other designated first round bye, they remain at number 1 with a record of 11-0. Alright, now let's jump into the injury reports for today's Thanksgiving Tripleheader. And if we can, we'll also take a look at the Black Friday game between the Raiders and Chiefs. Okay. Alright, looks like none of the injuries have shown up for the Raiders and Chiefs, so we'll just look at the Thanksgiving Tripleheader. We'll start with the game that'll begin in about 20 minutes. The Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. Just a couple names for the Bears. Guard Ryan Bates is out with a concussion, and safety Elijah Hicks is also out with an ankle. For the Lions, cornerback Carlton Davis is out with a knee and a thumb. Tackle Taylor Decker out today with a knee. Running back David Montgomery is questionable with a shoulder, but he may give it a go this afternoon. Wide receiver Khalif Raymond is out with a foot. And wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown is questionable with a knee. To game 2 of the tripleheader, you got the New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. And starting off with the New York Giants, cornerback Deonte Banks questionable with ribs. Quarterback Tommy DeVito questionable with a right forearm. If he doesn't go, we'll see Drew Lock under center. Tackle Jermaine Illuminor is out with a quad injury. And defensive tackle Armon Watts is out with a shoulder. And for the Dallas Cowboys, cornerback Kalen Carson is out with a shoulder. Cornerback Trayvon Diggs is questionable with a groin and a knee. Tight end Jake Ferguson out with a concussion. Linebacker Eric Kendricks is questionable with a groin and a shoulder. Defensive end Marshawn Nealon is doubtful with a knee. Guard Zach Martin is out today with an ankle and a shoulder. Tackle Asim Richards is out with an ankle. And linebacker Nick Vigil is questionable with a foot. And then later tonight, you got the Miami Dolphins at the Green Bay Packers. We'll start with the visitors from Miami. Tackle Teron Armstead is questionable with a knee. Linebacker Tyus Bowser out with both a knee and a calf. Cornerback Kendall Fuller is out with a concussion. And linebacker Anthony Walker is out with a hamstring. And for the Packers, cornerback Jair Alexander is out with a knee. Linebacker Adrian Cooper is out with a hamstring. Wide receiver Romeo Doubs is out with a concussion. Tight end John Fitzpatrick is questionable with a back. Linebacker Isaiah McDuffie is questionable with an ankle. And center Josh Myers is questionable for a pec muscle. Now, I may have to come on here tomorrow prior to the Raiders-Chiefs game and give you the injury report from that game. So we will do that tomorrow. But for now, it's time to get into my Week 13 NFL picks, both straight up and against the spread. And we're starting off with Game 1 of the Turkey Day tripleheader, starting in 20 minutes. You've got the 4-7 Chicago Bears at the 10-1 Detroit Lions. Coming up here in just a bit at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Your announcers are Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson. The Bears, losers of 5 straight, has dropped to number 25 in my Week 13 power rankings, while the Lions are still at number 1, easily the hottest team in football. Current point spread is Detroit minus 9.5, over under is 48. For some reason, I think the Bears and Lions always play tight games, and I think today will be no different. I have the Lions winning straight up 30-23. I have the game going over 48, but I'm taking Chicago with the 9.5 points. In Game 2 of our tripleheader, you've got the 2-9 New York Giants visiting the 4-7 Dallas Cowboys, who last week snapped a 5-game losing streak by beating the Commanders in Washington. That game is coming up today at 4:30 Eastern on Fox. Your announcers are Kevin Burkhardt, Tom Brady, Aaron Andrews, and Tom Rinaldi. The Giants are at number 32 in my Week 13 power rankings. The Cowboys, by virtue of their win in Washington, is up to number 27. Current point spread is Dallas minus 3.5. Over-under is 37.5. I have the Cowboys winning 24-21. I have the game going over 37.5, but I'm taking the New York Giants with the 3.5 points. Now, if Drew Lock does play instead of Tommy DeVito, I'll go on record and say the Giants will win 27-20, and I'll have New York plus the 3.5. But either way, I'm taking the Giants with the points. Now again, 27-20 Giants if Drew Lock plays. 24-21 Cowboys. In fact, 27-20 Giants if Drew Lock plays. At 24-21 is my initial pick, but that may change. But for now, I'm taking the Cowboys to win, Giants to cover. And then to wrap up our Turkey Day is the 5-6 Miami Dolphins taking a 3-game win streak into Lambeau Field to face the 8-3 Green Bay Packers. That game is tonight at 8:20 on NBC. Your announcers are Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, and Melissa Stark. Now, I did hear on the at the end of Sunday Night Football that Jason Garrett may be on color commentary for Collinsworth. We shall see what happens there, but I did write down Jason Garrett as the color commentator. The Dolphins come in at number 15 in my Week 13 power rankings, while the Packers are number 5. Correct point spread is Green Bay minus 3, over-under is 47.5. I mean, let's face it, Tua hates playing in cold weather, and I think the Dolphins are in a spot to lose here. Give me the Packers 28-23. The game goes over 47.5, and I'm taking Green Bay minus 3. Alright, next, the biggest spread on the board here in Week 13, and it's not even my lock of the week. That's the Black Friday game between the 2-9 Las Vegas Raiders and the 10-1 Kansas City Chiefs. This game is Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. Pre-game starts at 1:30 Eastern. Your announcers are Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, and Kaylee Hartung. The Raiders are all the way down at number 31 in my Week 13 power rankings, while the Chiefs are at number 4. Current point spread is Kansas City minus 13, and the over-under is 42.5. I got the Chiefs winning this game 31-16 and going over 42.5, and I'm taking KC minus 13. Moving on to Sunday, starting off with the 6-5 Arizona Cardinals at the 9-2 Minnesota Vikings. Sunday at 1 p.m. on Fox. Announcers are Joe Davis, Greg Olsen, and Pam Oliver. The Cardinals are at number 13 in my Week 13 power rankings. The Vikings sit at number 8. Current point spread is Minnesota minus 3.5. Over-under is 44.5. And based on recent history, the Cardinals lose pretty much every time they go to Minnesota, and that will be no different here. Vikings win 27-20. The game goes over 44.5. And I got the Vikings minus 3.5 at home. Next up, we're off to the AFC South for the 7-5 Houston Texans at the 2-9 Jacksonville Jaguars. Houston looking to bounce back after that terrible home loss to the Titans. That's Sunday at 1 p.m. on Fox. Your announcers are Kevin Kugler, Daryl Johnston, and Laura Oakman. The Texans are down to number 16 in my Week 13 power rankings, while the Jaguars are at number 30. Current point spread is Houston minus 4. Over-under is 43.5. This is definitely a get-right game for the D'Amico Ryans and the Texans. I have Houston winning 27-17. the game finishing just over 43.5. And I'm taking the Texans -4. Up next, the 5-7 Indianapolis Colts fighting for their playoff lives as they visit Foxborough to face the 3-9 New England Patriots. Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS, your announcers are Spiro Ditas, Adam Archuleta, and Aditi Kinkhabwala. The Colts sit number 21 in my Week 13 Power Rankings. The Patriots are at number 29. Current point spread is Indianapolis -2.5, and the over-under is 42.5. However, I am taking the upset here. I got the Patriots winning 23-17. The game will finish just under 42.5. And I'm taking the Pats with the points at +2.5. The next game may go either way. The 7-4 Los Angeles Chargers, fresh off of Monday night's loss to the Baltimore Ravens and older brother John Harbaugh, they set their sights for Atlanta to face the 6-5 Falcons. Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS, your announcers are Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, and Melanie Collins. The Chargers dropped to number 12 in my Week 13 Power Rankings, while the Falcons are at number 20. Current point spread is LA -1, over-under is 47.5. I think this is where the Chargers get back on track. They win this game 24-17. I have the game going under 47.5, and I'm taking the Chargers minus the 1 point. Up next, you've got the 8-3 Pittsburgh Steelers, who a week ago tonight lost to the Cleveland Browns in the snow. They're off to the jungle to face the 4-7 Cincinnati Bengals, also fighting for their playoff lives. Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS, your announcers are Ian Eagle, Charles Davis, and Evan Washburn. The Steelers are at number 6 in my Week 13 Power Rankings, while the Bengals are at number 19. Current point spread is Cincinnati -3, and the over-under is 47.5. If the Bengals want to stay in the playoff race in the AFC, they have to win this game, and I got them winning 28-20. The game going over 47.5 just by that half point, and I'm taking Cincy -3. Up next, the 6-5 Seattle Seahawks visit the 3-8 New York Jets. Sunday at 1 p.m. on Fox. Your announcers are Adam Amin, Mark Sanchez, and Christina Pink. Seattle is number 10 in my Week 13 Power Rankings. The Jets are at 24. Current point spread is Seattle -1, over-under is 42. Seahawks, I think, will win this game 27-20. The game goes over 42, and I'm taking the Hawks -1. Rounding out the early portion of the schedule is the 3-8 Tennessee Titans at the 7-5 Washington Commanders. Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS, your announcers are Andrew Catalan, Tiki Barber, Jason McCourty, and AJ Ross. Gotta say what's up to my boy, Check MP. Happy Thanksgiving, homie. Thanks for dropping by. The Titans are at number 26 in my Week 13 Power Rankings. The Commanders, despite losing to the Cowboys, they stay at number 11. Current point spread is is Washington -5.5, and the over-under is at 44.5. I have Washington winning straight up 27-24. I have the game going over 44.5. And I'm taking the Titans with the 5.5 points. On to the late games, beginning with the 5-6 Los Angeles Rams at the 4-7 New Orleans Saints. That's Sunday at 4:05 Eastern on Fox. Your announcers will be Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, and Megan O'Leary. The Rams coming at number 18 in my Week 13 Power Rankings. The Saints are all the way up to number 22. Current point spread is LA -2.5, and the over-under is 49.5. I have the Rams winning this game 26-20, although the game is in the Superdome. It will finish under 49.5 points, and I'm taking LA minus 2.5. And then after that, you have the 5-6 Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the 3-8 Carolina Panthers. Sunday at 4:05 on Fox. Your announcers are Chris Myers, Mark Schlereth, and Jen Hale. The Bucs are up to number 17 in my Week 13 power rankings. Meanwhile, the Carolina Panthers, who nearly upset the Chiefs last week, sit at number 28. Current point spread is Tampa Bay minus 6, and the over-under is 46.5. I've got the Bucs winning 28-21. I'll push the game over 46.5, and I'm taking Tampa minus the 6. Next up will be the game of the week, as the 9-2 Philadelphia Eagles put their 7-game win streak on the line as they face off with Lamar Jackson and the 8-4 Baltimore Ravens. Sunday at 4:25 on CBS. Your announcers are Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson. So they're doing 2 games this week. Both teams are within the top 10 of my Week 13 power rankings, as the Eagles sit at number 3 and the Ravens at number 7. Current point spread is Baltimore minus 3, and the over-under is 51. It pains me to do this as an Eagles fan, but I got the Ravens winning 34-31, the game finishing well over 51, and I'm taking Baltimore minus 3. I mean, end of the day, you just can't bet against Lamar Jackson versus the NFC. I think he's 19-1 all-time against NFC opponents. Sunday Night Football is home to my lock of the week. This is the 5-6 San Francisco 49ers at the 9-2 Buffalo Bills, and snow is in the forecast for Orchard Park all weekend long. Sunday at 8:20 on NBC, your announcers are Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, and Melissa Stark. Alright, the Niners are at number 14 in my Week 13 power rankings. The Bills sit at number 2, just behind the Lions. Again, this is my lock of the week, as the current point spread is Buffalo minus 7, and the over-under is 44.5. I have the Bills winning 31-20 against the injury-ravaged Niners. I have the game going over 44.5, and I'm taking Buffalo minus the 7. And to wrap up Turkey Week in the NFL, you have Monday Night Football with Jameis Winston and the 3-8 Cleveland Browns visiting Bo Nix and the 7-5 Denver Broncos. Monday night at 8:15 on ESPN. Your announcers are Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and Lisa Salters. The Browns are at number 23 in my Week 13 power rankings. The Broncos sit at number 9. Current point spread is Denver minus 5.5, and the over-under is 41.5. I have the Broncos winning 26-19, the game finishing over 41.5, and I'm taking Denver minus 5.5 points. And there you have it. The Week 13 NFL picks, both straight up and against the spread. The injury report for the Turkey Day Tripleheader, and the latest college football playoff rankings. Alright, the Bears and Lions are about set to play here in the next few minutes, so I better jump off of here. I will be back at some point before 1 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow with a look at the Raiders and Chiefs injury report, so make sure you join me around that time. Until then, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, and get notified every time I go live. Big Al signing off. Thanks for watching, enjoy the pigskin, and most importantly, happy Thanksgiving. Peace out.